Hey guys, it's Miss Shannon, and I'm teaching art again today. Today we're going to continue doing the same thing we were doing a couple weeks ago when I taught art, and it's learning how to draw expressions and little cartoons and that kind of stuff. I guess today we're not going to be focusing on expressions as much. Today we're going to be learning how to do some simple hairstyles. Hair can add such character to the person you're drawing, and it's something I never really learned how to do as a kid, and I regret that because I think I'd have a lot of fun playing around with giving my characters, my drawings, different hair. Okay? So for our first step, I need you to grab some paper. It doesn't have to be printer paper, but that's what I'm using. It can be construction paper, kind of whatever you have around, okay? And same with the utensil. I'm going to be using a really thin-tipped black pen, but you can use whatever you have around, whether it's marker, pen, pencil, colored pencil, whatever you have, okay? So grab those real quick and join me back here. Alrighty guys, so to start things off, you know how a couple weeks ago we drew 4 or 5 like circles? Today we're going to be doing U's, right? Because on top of the head this week, we're going to be drawing the hair, okay? So we're going to be drawing 6 U's across the top, so they don't need to be super big. And you don't want them right at the top because we're going to be drawing the hair. So if you drew them way up here, we wouldn't be able to fit the hair in, okay? So come down like about here, and we're going to draw 6 U's. They don't have to be perfect, right? Each is their own little character. But just try to make them about the same shape, about the same size, across the paper like that, okay? 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so for our first hairstyle, we're gonna come over to this guy. We're gonna give him a couple little ears. Actually, let's give ears to all of our characters. Somewhere close to the top of their U, give them some little ears. Just draw little circles, or little C's, and then backward C's for ears. Alright, so for this guy, we're going to come over to like right above the ear, and we're going to kind of be making little C's like this across the top. It does not have to be perfect. In fact, if it looked totally perfect, it would look really unnatural. This you actually would like to be a little, like have one little scoop a little bit bigger, one little scoop a little bit tinier, that kind of thing, okay? So from ear to ear, do some little like wide U's. Alright, and then we're going to continue that same like similar shape across the top of his head and back down to the ear. So almost making, like I said, like a little cloud, and making sure we're getting from ear to ear, okay? Next step, we're going to add a little texture and detail to this hair. We're going to be doing a lot of little teeny like circles and C's, just lightly coloring this in a little bit, giving it some detail. And it's okay if you go outside of the line a little bit, because that's what hair does, right? It's not perfect. It doesn't just go in a absolute perfect curve. Little hairs, little flyaways happen, that kind of thing. So go all around the outline we did with little C's, little circles. Fill that in, okay? Perfect. Alrighty. Let's go to the second guy over here, our second character. So for this one, we're going to start up here right where the line is, and we're going to make like a triangle kind of thing, like little jagged edges across the top, like little shark's teeth or something, okay? All in like the same direction for this one. Then we're going to come up and we're going to just draw like the top of his head. We're going to come up about 3/4 of the way. And then we're going to do another bump for the second part, okay? So he has a little part in his hair. Or she. These are just short hairstyles, not assigned to a gender. Alright, super easy for this guy, okay? Next hairstyle I want to do is actually less of a hairstyle, it's actually a hat, but there's a little hair involved, okay? So for this one, we're going to make like a really minimal curve across the top like this. And we're going to have a few hairs coming down out of it like that, like it's coming out the bottom of the hat, okay? Then we're going to continue, we're going to make a like half circle curve up top to create the shape of the hat. And you're going to put that little button on top of the hat there. This is like we're wearing a backwards baseball cap is what we're going for, okay? Then you're going to come to the front. You know it always has a little section where you can like adjust. We're just going to draw that in so it's going to be like a square or a rectangle. And then it'll join with the hat there. You're going to do some lines in the middle of that like that, okay? And then there's also that little like window in the back of the hat where hair could also come through, but I'm not going to draw that right now. So we're going to add like a window on top like that. Sweet. Let's go on to our fourth character. So our next short hairstyle, it's going to be similar to this, but it's going to be a lot straighter edges and almost like a shaved head kind of look. So we're going to have a little more straight curve up there, right? It's not going to be like this. We're going to go up a little flatter on the top, a little flatter on the side, okay? And then we're just going to draw like a thin, the like top of the hair up here. It's not too big, right? We're not coming up that high, just a little bit, right? That's our hair, or that's the bottom of our hair, that's the top part of our hair, okay? And then to make it look buzz, we're going to do a bunch of little dots, or you could do little like super teeny lines. I'm probably going to do kind of a combination of both. Once again, pretty much keeping within the lines we created to outline the hair. But if a couple little hairs get out, it's fine. That's what hair does. Alright, cool. Alright, moving on to the next one. I probably shouldn't have put ears on this guy because it's like a longer hairstyle. Still short, but a little longer. So with this guy, we're going to come over way far down on his face. And we're going to make that top hair outline. It's going to come down here and then back on that side, okay? For this guy, it's going to be similar to this, by the way. It's going to be similar to these, like shark tooth, jagged triangle shapes. But in this case, we're going to have them go this direction first, and then if you notice here what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip it so they're actually going to come curve in that way for the next one. Okay? Like I said, I shouldn't have drawn ears because you wouldn't actually see the ears with this guy's hair, okay? I'm actually going to just to make it look a little bit less like ears, block that out, okay? Alright, so this guy's got some like long hair in the front. Next up, we have like a mohawky front part. And this you can vary, you can do like a really long tall mohawk if you want. Get some hair coming from both the right side and the left side. Look a little more natural. And then it's just gonna curve off like this. Just little hairs joining the mohawk part to the ears. You could also just do a line without a lot of hair to show like they were kind of bald with a mohawk, okay? Sweet, that is our short hairstyles. Now we're gonna move on to long hairstyles. So same thing guys, we're gonna do 6 U's across the page. Alrighty. So for the first longer hairstyle we're gonna do, we're gonna start like 3/4 of the way across, meaning not in the middle, not over totally at the side, but like right about here and a little bit up. And we're gonna do teeny little curls that are nice and long, right? That go down to maybe your shoulder, his or her shoulder. Like that. So we're gonna make long, tiny circular motions, keeping it all connected, right? We're not doing a little one and a little one and a little one and a little one. It's all one connected movement. Okay? And of course, when you have long hair, you see it, it doesn't just come up here, it's also behind, coming from the back of your head, right? So we want to draw that in too. Alright, and then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Bring the curls down, and it's definitely okay to have it cover the face part a little bit, right? Because most of the time if you have a long hairstyle, it does cover your face unless you have it pulled back or styled in a specific way, right? So this tight coiled curls all the way down. And like I said, you want to make sure you show them in the back a little bit, because if we like put a neck in like shoulders, you want to make sure it looks like she has hair on the back of the head, or he has hair in the back of his head as well, okay? Sweet. Up next, this is going to be like a straighter hair with some mild waves in them. This one's kind of hard, so I'm going to try to mess it up. It's like simple, but it's hard. I'll show you. So for this one, we're going to, of course, put some ears on her. Okay. Forgot some ears on this guy too. And what we're going to do is once again come about 3/4 of the way over and a little bit above where our lines are U-ended here, and connect it like that. It's like a half circle kind of shape, little arch. Then we're going to do a little bump here, and then it's going to kind of come out and wave like a little, I don't know, it's a weird shape, but something like that. Just like Gert. Right? We're going to come up here a little bit, move on over here to make a second wave down here. We're going to come over the left side, and not totally at the top, somewhere off on the side here, we're going to have another curl, another wave come out like that. Make sure they're connected at the top. Once again, draw another wave like that. And another one. And then just kind of bring it up, right? Then we're going to come up here, we're going to have her like the hair in front of her face coming on over like that and like that to show there's hair in the front, a little in front of the ears maybe even. And yeah, her neck might come down like that, so you might want another like thing like that. Sweet. Alright, next up, we're going to do some pigtails. Alright, so for pigtails, we're going to give the person some bangs. Let's just kind of go like that, just something simple, like jagged across. Again, give them the ears. Alright, we're going to come up a little bit higher than the ears here, and we're going to make like a, you know, thin oval here. It's supposed to be a hairband, right? Like a part where the ponytail is attached to the head. Okay? Then we're going to come over here, give it just a slight bend in the middle there. Okay, to top off the head there. And then we're going to do the pigtails, and they're going to come on out like that. Whoop. Just kind of going over, okay. Those are some very out there pigtails. And then we're just going to add a couple hair strands in there. And you can do that too up here. And then bring them down to the bangs if you want. If not, you can just keep it without all that extra hair texture, okay? Without making the lines. You could also have made them come down a little farther like this, right? So let me just make, or you could have had them come down more like that. Or whatever, okay? Next up, right, there's going to be some like poofier hair with a lot of body, big curls, that kind of thing. Alright, so kind of like how we did up here, there are going to be some big, like big C's that we are making across the face. Or U's, I should say. Big U's we're making across the face. And we're going to continue that nice and big on top of the head there, around like that. And then to show there's some hair back here as well, we're going to do another little part here, okay? And you can see one ear on this part, but you can't really see the ear on the other. And then I'm going to go in and do some bigger C's and circles in here to show that there are some like large curls. Just to show again, what the hair ended up being is pretty much the cloud around like this, and then like a cloud around here, okay? And then we just put the face, okay? And of course you can experiment with shape on that. See, even just with this one went up a little higher and was like more pushing to the sides. This one was a little flatter on top and wider at the sides. So you can experiment with that just to create a whole other hairstyle with that. All right. Next up, we're gonna do some buns on the side, okay? So for this, I'm gonna do like a center part with the details of the hair here, okay? Just gonna get those ears on there. And these are like her bangs. Alright, and then I'm going to come off to the side, or the bangs are here, and then it starts the part, right? I should say. Alright, and then on the side, I'm going to just do like a spiral here to show some buns on the side, okay? All right, and lastly, this is actually the simplest look. It's just drawing kind of straight hair with some bangs in the front, okay? So I keep doing the part like over on this side. I'm going to do it on this side today for this one. So we do a short one there, and we do a long one here that comes like in front of the face a little bit. And then right above this little line here, we're going to come up a little bit higher, bounce it up, and then just kind of straight down, okay? And then bounce it up a little bigger and wider on this side, and then straight down. And then what you end up doing with the bottom, you know, depends. Like if we were to draw like a neck and stuff in there, looks like the body, maybe it just ends up being covered, like in the back, like it looks like his hair went behind the arm or something. Or if the arms end up coming before the hair ends, you could just kind of cut the hair off like that at the end, okay? That might have been a little confusing, but you can kind of see. Alright guys, so those are a bunch of different hairstyles you can use when you're drawing different like cartoon characters that you're making, and totally adds a whole extra edge to your drawings, okay? I actually want to tie in really quickly a little bit of the last art class I taught too, and I'm going to fill all these in with facial expressions so we can see when we put all these different skills together, we're able to get a full character out of this, okay? You guys, I would love for you guys to take your own time to do whatever facial expressions you want, or you can follow along with me. I'm just going to go through and create some different faces, okay? Once again, we're mainly going to be looking at eyes, mouth, and eyebrows to make that facial expression. The noses we didn't even touch last week or a couple weeks ago, and I'll just show you some simple noses you can do too, but they don't really show that much expression, at least compared to the eyes, mouth, and the eyebrows, okay? Here we go. Alright guys, thanks for joining me. I hope you are thinking of some really cool characters to start drawing. And I hope you learned some cool different ways to combine all the different expressions and the hairstyles to create your own unique character. Alright, thanks for joining guys. Bye!